Hey everybody, Ryan FMC here, and before we talk about today's deck, please pet the little corgi in the bottom right of your screen. That's the sub button, and each and every sub means a lot to me. Now, BOA's been out for a week, give or take, and last week we talked about all the cards and did a color by color set review, and talked about the good cards, the bad cards, what I thought would see play. Today, we are finally brewing up some decks, and what deck do we start with? It is none other than Oichi, Despair, Wail, and Perish, and we're using it as a spirit build around. Now, since this is a new hero art, what does it do? It says, place 3 black units in your graveyard with an MP cost of 4 or less onto the field, give all friendly units +1/+1. Of note, even if that unit didn't come back from the graveyard, let's just say you had 2 empty board slots and you already had 1 unit on the field, even that 1 unit on the field gets that +1/+1 anthem effect, as it were, and that is very important, right? The +1/+1 doesn't matter, it's just going to give it to everything. Yes, this AP cost is very high for this hero art, but that is such a big swing. And what better than to try a build around spirits deck. Now, this is kind of a launching off. I spent a couple hours brewing this. I even streamed a little bit of this deck, and this is a launching off. I still think some of the numbers could be tuned, but why don't we play with this and kind of see how it feels. So right off the gates, let's talk about all the spirits. All of our units are spirits, well, one human spirit, and that is none other than Dark Whisper's Oichi. We've talked about this card. Of course, this card's going to go into a spirits deck because this does so much. But what are the other spirits that are filling up our curve? It is Bandit Spider. This is a great death effect of just giving something in your hand or EX pocket +1/+2. And that goes a long way. We are playing 2 dead fish, 3 MP for 1/4. That body stat is not that great. However, death, destroy the unit in front, if it has 4 or less HP, is very nice. It is just a 2 of, because, yes, it's a removal spell, but it's not always turned on. Then we're playing Executioner Guardian. This is 3 MP for 1/6, and it gives all other spirits +1 attack, and this goes a long way, right? You were playing a lot of 1 attack units, so this just makes that 1 attack unit 2 attack, or that 2 attack unit 3 attack. Then, of course, none other than a playset of Tube Fox, because already this is showing so much domination on the ladder. 3 MP for 2/4 with agility. Yes, death, it removes itself from the game, so you can't get it back with Despair or any other resurrection, but that's okay, because if you have Ascend, it's +1/+1, and death, place this unit in the same board slot. So right there, if you Ascend, it automatically comes back once, and then yes, when it dies again, it does exile itself from the game. But you know what? The Foxes hit hard and fast, and it has just recursion, which is fantastic for a Spirits deck. Then playset of Clay Drummer. This card is fantastic. When a friendly spirit dies, give -2 HP to a random enemy unit. That's fantastic. This also is -2 HP, not deal 2 damage, so this goes around shields. Clay Drummer is for sure a playset. And if you notice, a lot of our 3-drops are playsets. Clay Drummer is a 4-drop, is still a playset. However, talking about a 4-drop, this 4-drop is fantastic, but it's just a 2-0 because we do want to keep curve consideration in our mind when we are playing this deck. And this crab gets out of hand, right? Whenever anything dies, as long as it's a spirit. Well, sorry, this actually doesn't care if it's spirits, but spoiler alert, everything that dies will be a spirit. +2 attack is fantastic. And then Blight, 5 MP, shield, death, give all enemy units -2 HP, and that is fantastic. We are playing a couple actions, a playset of Selfless Predation, because sometimes we just want to gain life, and these games can be long and grindy. And hey, if Teppen goes to time, whoever has the most life wins the match, and Selfless Predation really helps with that. Of course, we were playing a playset of Curse Zone, because this is just 2 MP, give 2 random spirits, which are all of our units, units in your graveyard -1 MP, and return them to your EX pocket. MP cost cannot drop below 1. This is fantastic because it basically gets 2 units from your graveyard, adds them to your EX pocket. Both of those units give -1 MP. Curse Zone costs 2 MP, so basically that means it's the same. And that is fantastic. And just talk about recursion over and over and over again. We're playing 3 Fate of the Unworthy because this card is still very efficient, very raw and powerful. A cruel game, as well as, of course, we're playing Cursed Extraction because this card does so much stuff, and it's kind of a shoo-in for most black decks right around now. But that's enough about that. Let's jump into the games and see how we can do. Round 1 against Shield Spire Feline. We can keep this hand. With this hand, we'll probably just wait till we get 10 MP. Sometimes you could be a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes you just wait to dump out your hand. We'll kind of wait. This -2. We could actually just dump this here. Yeah, let's do that. Because now when this dies, this will at least kill this, and it already killed a unit. Okay, well that will kill the Blanca. We could do this to save 2 life, or to gain 2 life, but I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather do that a little bit later. Yeah, let's do this. Make that 2 so it does eat that in 1 hit. Man, they're loving their little beasts. Let's do this. If we can't 2-fox the spirit, we probably do. Yeah, okay. Because now we'll get around that 3 or less since it's 4, so we'll kill it in 1 hit. And now that's just a really big threat. We could Fate of the Unworthy this 2/3. But I kind of don't want to. Even though it's technically just 1 MP now, it's not really worth it. Because this spider will trade with that. Actually, let's do this real quick. Because as long as you can get the 2 foxes down, just like, look at this dude. He's just hitting over and over and over again. Well, we can't use that on there, but that's okay. Round 1 in the books, starting off with win, feels great. Round 2, another feline, let's go. We can keep this. Preferably, I would like to have another 3-drop, but Clay Drummer is just so good. So this will definitely wait for 10, because we don't mind going like all these 3, and that is 11 MP. Oh, that's a big boy. How are we going to deal with that? I wish we waited, because I would love to put the spider in front of it. We could kill this to give this -2, but that doesn't seem particularly worth it. Let's just... Sure. Yeah, let's do this, because we do have 2 thieves in our graveyard. We'll put this spider in front of him. This is going to be pretty hard to beat this big machine. Yeah, now you have another legendary. Kind of just throwing around stuff. I don't want to get this. We're going to have to use our hero power and just kind of hope that we get some good stuff. But it seems pretty hard. This green deck just is putting on so much pressure where it's not even just the big machine, it's all of their units. We really need like Cruel Game or Busted. Like, unfortunately, this isn't really doing it. We could... Selfless Predation? No, I kind of want to have this because then this will take... Well, I guess it has... this is fine. By this is fine, I mean we're going to die very soon. Yeah, that's fine. We could have used Selfless Predation on the spider, but then we would just like die to the next hit anyways, so 1-1 against the cat today. Round 3 against Genjin, Ranky, Ryu. We can... Let's mulligan this hand. We had a couple too many things that cared about their units, and this is a deck that usually doesn't have tons of units. Hopefully we can get this crab down before they can do something. And yes, I did play kind of fast because, yet again, Dungeon Ranking usually has much more burn than anything else, so I'd rather be getting that stuff online. Or getting some damage online, even if it is just 2 points, 2 points. That's good to start right away and faster, even though they seem to have a lot of units. That is a great trade for us. Let's see, do we want to... I think we're going to play... We're really low. We're at 10 already. Let's do this so we start to get some stuff going, and now we can just like selfless predation and whatnots. This is where these selfless predations are going to be fantastic. We're still very low though. Like we're at 6, going to be at 4. Hold. We might as well just eat this because this is just going to run into this. Oh! We win! Then this is why you play Selfish Predation. Fourth and final round, a true mirror match. Let's go. We definitely want to mulligan this. Just one unit is not enough. We want more. Ooh, hello. So all these 4-drops are really good because we like to put crabs down early because, you know, you want yourself to die. You want to put the clay down because you want yourself to die. However, we kind of want an Anthem effect, you know, the +1 attack to all other friendly units. Ooh, we are not going to be playing our Anthem effect now, are we? Well, we probably should have played Crab Clay, by the way. Ooh, that's disappointing. If we just had a sliver more MP, we could have Fate of the Unworthy something. But that's actually really good, because now it makes these trades favorable for us. I think that might have been a little misstep. Okay, they have a fox. Yeah, this will eat this in 2 hits. Yeah, let's do this for free. And what's great about Curse Zone is we use active response phrase. So yes, it costs 2 MP, but it was free, right? It was blue MP. And that -1 MP now is like free in our EX pocket. Feels great. We could use this, but we are 29, so that's not particularly worth. All right, there's really no point in doing that. Yes, we got there in time. See, this is going to eat this. Are we afraid of a Wrath effect? We could be. Or we could drop this, so if they ambush something, it'll take the -2. Okay. Now we are not. So that's always something important to think about. Let's do this. To eat the gates. Okay, they're using their hero power. Let's use this. Ooh, we could have used this a little bit earlier, by the way. That was a little misstep, but... We took a big hit, but that could be fine, using life as a resource. Yes, Oichi herself. We could do Curse Zone to get some stuff back, but we'll kind of wait around to see... No! That was terrible on my part. Especially because there's not necessarily everything we want to... Ooh! I think we do this again. To mitigate Selfless Predation, I think that's worth it, because we are winning the life race right now, and this matchup can be extremely grindy. That was favorable for us now. Even with the little hiccup that we missed, the 3 damage. Probably just chill here. Like, we could play Dark Whispers, but I think we just chill to see what they do. Let's just do this. We could have waited because they have to use their hero power, and then we could have Cruel Game, but it seemed like they were waiting. And this is just going to do so much work for us. Let's do this. Let's get a 2-for-1. Let's get a 2-for-1, and now we can use our hero power. And then as soon as something dies, we have cheap things in our EX pocket. We got her back. Let's go. And now what's great about this is, yes, we don't even have 1 MP to play with. Well, now we do. But we can just chill back, relax, and gain some MP while our hero power units are doing work. And we win. GG's. Overall, we just went 3-1, and that's a pretty good showcase for this Oichi, Despair Wail, and Perish deck. I am liking this hero power. Yes, it is expensive. However, if in the right deck, you are getting so much value off of it that it's worth it. And you're playing so many units, and then ways to get those units back that you have to play them again, like Curse Zone, that you're racking up the AP. So this is a really good deck to be able to use your hero power once, and then in a grindy matchup, you can use your hero power twice. Overall, how powerful do I think this deck is? I like it. I think it is pretty powerful. I do think that there's some number considerations that you can make it a little bit more powerful, but it's playing with a good hero power. 2 Fox is fantastic, Oichi's fantastic, as well as Curse Extraction is such a good legendary. So you're playing with some very rawly powerful stuff. I do think, I'm trying to think of what I would change. And I really like Blight and the Crab, but I do like keeping my curve down. I'm not quite sure if you need 3 Selfless Predation, so I could see kicking out 1 Selfless Predation for maybe another unit, or maybe even 1 Fate for another unit, because just the more units you have that you could just keep on throwing on the battlefield, they die, you throw another one, seems to be the best place. And to be fair, we still have a lot of units, but there are some hands that you only have 2 units, and then you do have too many Selfless Predations that you know what to do with. So maybe I would shave a couple of those actions. But for now, I'm really liking this deck, and I do think it is powerful. And I'm really happy that Spirits got some more love, because it's kind of fun to play around with different tribes that weren't quite good, just a couple weeks ago. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.